Right, almost ready to get started. We've got a huge pan over here, and 32 cans of tomatoes. And we've got over here, we've got 5 litres of Italian red from Marks and Sparks. I found it to be very good. That there, that huge lump, nearly 7 kilos of mince, 2.5 kilo of ends, which is like pancetta more or less, just a bit cheaper. Then we have 10 kilos of onions unpeeled, a couple of kilos of carrots, some celery, oregano, basil, garlic. So first job is to chop these onions up, so I'll get on with that. All the carrots are washed. I'll start chopping those up now. There's all the chopped carrots. I'm going to do the celery next, and then I'm going to do the garlic. I'll leave the onions to last because that's going to make me cry. And there's garlic, quite a lot of it. I've already done the you can see the celery and carrots. Blink. Gives you some idea of the scale of this pan. It's fucking huge. I'm thinking, I know it's a big pan, but I'm beginning to worry that all that might go in there. I think I'm going to have to do it in 2 batches. All 3 even. Fuck. Yeah, lots of food. So I've decided, I think, what I'm going to do, it's cooking down now, but I still think it's going to be a little bit too much, so I'm going to split it in half, do it in 2 batches, I think, better safe than sorry. So I've decided to do it in 2 batches. That's half the mince in there with half the veggie. There's the other bit there. Just kind of browning away there. It's amazing how when you're cooking on this scale, there's so much more juice. It's more, everything's sort of more even when you cook it. It's really weird. You notice if you look here, on my dirty hob, that I don't chop up the garlic. You can see there's some whole bowl of cloves in there. What I do is I make the sauce, and then when I add the pancetta, I go around mashing up the garlic, save slicing it. So, as it turns out, I've done half the stack, and as you can see, doing it in 2 batches was probably a good idea. That's got 2.5 litres of wine in there as well. I'm going to have to scoop some of that fat off the top when it gets going. Yeah, it's going to be well tasty. Once that gets going, it's going to be bloody special. Okay, so I've got the old 2.5 kilos of smoked ham all chopped up into little cubes. This is all looking rather good and bubbling away now. It's been going for about an hour. And we've just got the other half of the round off onions over here. So I'll do the other half. and finished. It's all looking good. I'm just going to brown off half of that pork now. It's been cooking away now for a good couple of hours. I've added the pancetta, bacon ends from Bunting, and it's tasting pretty darn good. I put a little bit of chili powder in it just to give it a little bite. Not sure if I've used too much. It's not spicy, it's just you can taste it. But it's definitely very tomatoey and winey, which is nice. Okay, so it's had like 12 hours to cool now or something. It's bloody taken ages. And so the bagging begins. 393 grams, and it just about holds 400 grams, that thing, so that's handy. Very handy. And here we have 35 bagged portions and 1 empty pot. Amazing. Here I am on the second batch, having put away all the first batch. Just browning off the mince at the moment. Can't believe that I'm doing this 2 days in a row, it's mad. I think I'll just, maybe I'll show you when I'm browning off the pancetta, but other than that, it's pretty much repeated yesterday. So, there it is now, browned off the mince, and I've added the all the carrots and celery and onions that I browned off yesterday that couldn't fit in the pan. And there's the pancetta-y bacon and stuff ready to be browned off separately. And now the vino. Last one, a litre of Italian red. And voila! And next, I'm going to turn off the camera because I've got to whack all that lot in. And hey presto! A whole shitload of cans in there. Give it a quick stir up now. Oh, look, you see instantly starts getting a nice colour about it. There we go, that's pretty much it until I do the pancetta bit. I've put in just over a dessert spoon of oregano per kilo of meat, a bit more maybe, dessert spoon of basil, and then just sat over it with the pepper grinder going like nobody's business for, well, as long as I could really. I'm going to put in 2 teaspoons of chili powder. It doesn't taste chilly, it just gives it a little bit of a bite on the back of it. It's very nice. Okay, time to do the pancetta. That just basically is going to get broken up and browned off. I'll come back and film a little bit more in a sec. You see now it's all starting to get watery. takes a while for it to take bloody ages. It takes about, I don't know, I guess about half an hour before it sort of completely gets rid of all the moisture and then starts browning off. And I'm doing this amount. So I put my fat at the end of it in that little chopped up cotton, so it's blocking the drains. Okay, and there it is, all nicely browned off. I've drained off the excess fat. There's about, I don't know, 2 or 3 dessert spoons of that. That was a kilo uncooked, just over a kilo, 1.3 or something, I don't know, something like that. And here we go. Now that can cook away for another hour or 2, I suppose. Definitely a good hour and a half minimum. And then I'll crush all the garlic cloves in it. And there it is, it's been cooking now for about an hour with the added pancetta-y stuff. It's looking pretty good, it's tasting pretty good too. I'm going to give it half an hour more and then that'll be it, done. Bag it up like the other lot. And 70 portions of Bolognese sauce for 150 quid or thereabouts. I'm going to put some Parmigiano on it. Put the camera down. Just going to beat that down. I'm going to stir that up now and then put the Bolognese sauce on top and put some cheddar on top of that. Here's with the old Bolognese sauce on it. Looking somewhat yummy. Pardon me. Right, the cheddar I'm using is vintage cheddar from Bunting Butchers. I'm using a normal, quite rough cheese grater. Make sure I've got the plastic up properly. I don't want lumps of plastic in my dinner. So yeah, nice. As I said, I've already put parmesan and tossed some pasta underneath with parmesan. I like cheese. And this is like, it's very rich, very winey, garlicky. It's just, you know, totally Italian basically in taste. So there it is. And I've gone completely over the top here, as you can see, with the old cheese. I mean, I've put, there's my little cheese stash, a bit of parmesan, a bit of Bunting meat, vintage cheddar. Bunting Butchers, very good. buntingmeat.co.uk.